It's Mr. Beasley, y'all.
No, I'm Kurt.
Oh, Kurt. I'm sorry, Kurt.
After that, it's going to be Paul Grady.
Grady.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Curry, you are charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is set at $1,000. I'm sorry, your bond is set at $500.
Hey, fellas, y'all go in the center.
And you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I can't get time, sir. Because I just less than an ounce a week.
Really?
I understand, but weed is not legal here in Georgia.
Really?
So do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I'm just trying to see, can I get an OR bond?
Have you been arrested before?
Yes, ma'am.
Remember what I said in the opening? That you don't qualify if you've been arrested before.
Well, the county give you OR bonds?
This is not full time.
I'm talking to the judge, so.
That's the way you take care of your.
$100.
Your bond is $500, sir. I'm going to put your preliminary hearing for February the 27th.
So I gotta stay here to February 27th?
You're in timeout right now until we can get back to you here in a little bit. Okay.
You don't have any family that to bond you out?
I still gotta go to Rice Street. That's why I'm trying. Yeah, I gotta go to Rice Street, but I'm trying to find a way I can.
What you have to go to Rice Street for?
Because I got an address mix up. Address mix up. I was staying one place and they sent my court date to the wrong address. So I just had to change my address. That's all. And I was just thinking, like, since it was less than an ounce of weed, then maybe you could have some compassion. Because all I do is go to work every day.
Outbursts like that are inappropriate. Certainly, do you do that in church?
That's all I do, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I will take that under advisement, and I will let you know. I mean, I will take that under advisement, but right now it is 500.
So basically, I'm gonna have to be in here till February 27th.
Sir, I'm taking it under advisement. Okay.
I don't understand what you mean by that, ma'am.
I'm gonna think about whether or not I'm gonna look back at your history and some other things to determine if I'm willing to give you a signature bond or not.
You gonna let me know today?
You'll know today.
All right, before I leave. Okay.
Yes, you'll know today.
All right. She just told me that she gonna let me know today.
Deputy. Let him know I dismissed his charge before
She dismissed.
Get some more charges in there.
She dismissed your charge. You're free to go.
Oh, so I'm going home?
Yes.
Okay. You still have to go back to your house and you need to come get you.
You still going?
She said to dismiss.
Who are you leaving, Your Honor?
Okay.
I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you at this hearing. Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of trafficking in methamphetamine more than 14 grams. That's a first-degree felony, punishable to 30 years in Florida Department of Corrections, and a $10,000 fine. Also, we have one count of possession of controlled substance fentanyl, third-degree felony, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections, and a $5,000 fine. 1 count of possession of heroin, which is a third-degree felony, punishable for 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. Now, y'all gonna have to help me. I found probable cause for the trafficking, the possession of fentanyl, and the possession of paraphernalia. I cannot find probable cause for the heroin. Am I missing something? I'll ask the Assistant State Attorney to help me on that. And Mr. Griffith, you know where it's at. In the probable
I'll have to look at it again, Judd. Let me see if I can pull it up.
While they're looking at that, Ms. Wobbit, where do you live at?
6916 Pittsburgh.
Where's that at?
In Panama City.
How long have you lived in Bay County?
3 years.
And are you employed?
Yes, I clean.
Okay. Is there a proper record on Ms. Wobbit?
Yes, sir. She's on probation, out of Bay County and out of Indian River.
I don't remember anymore. That was finalized.
Bay County was a controlled substance and paraphernalia. They didn't tell me she had a trafficking in hydrocodone, distilling and selling in a DUI.
That probation's supposed to be, that was null and void when I got out last time in March.
Well,
It's like-
he ain't gonna touch it anyway. He gonna touch that Bay County though.
And what's the Bay County number?
There's 2 case numbers. It's 22, 29, 24, and 23, 3158 CF.
They're both CF?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did y'all see the heroin?
I didn't see anything in the complaint about heroin.
I didn't see anything either.
I'm ROR on the possession of heroin.
Oh. That's October. They were showing him, he's when he was at probation.
And on the, I'm the trafficking, I'm going to set a $75,000 bond. Is that, I'm going to set a $5,000 bond. I've ROR'd on possession of heroin. I'm going to find no probable cause. On the possession of paraphernalia, it's $1,000 bond. On her violation on her probation, I'm going to issue a warrant for violation of probation based on her new arrest, and she'll be held without bond. Her next court date right now is March 4th at 9 o'clock. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Sit up.
Wait a minute.
Swallow bacon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The important thing is Mr. Kindler's pretty much controlling the docket here and is making the decisions. He only had a driver's license. Driver's all right. Legally. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, he can have a seat right over here. You're late. The warrant is issued for your arrest. Really? Really? I mean, sexual assault of a child, prostitution, online solicitation of a minor. You're charged with those very serious, and you're ambling in late. Really? That's the way you take care of your business. That's what you think about and the importance of these cases. Well, that's why a warrant has been issued, and you're in timeout right now until we can get back to you here in a little bit. Okay? Failure is not an option. Thank you. What are you going to do on your 4, Kevin?
Oh, each one has a different amount.
Oh, do you? Well, aren't you the variety lady today?
Several bad puns later.
Which ones are we going to dispose of, do you think? Well, we got a sentencing.
We were gonna have a Senate.
Do you have a plea?
Not in addition to the Senate one.
Oh, boy. What kind of variety is that?
Well, I'm waiting on maybe a little change in one of the recommendations. I got a recommendation this morning that, it needs to be looked at a little bit about one of the elements of the offense and.
Raise your right hand.
On the other
Swear or affirm
one,
to tell the truth, and nothing but the truth.
Spanish speaking, and
Ink up your right thumb print.
when there's an interpreter.
And you're gonna place it flat on this box right here.
Good communicate.
Hey, ink it up one more time.
I'm going to make an announcement here for everybody. Interpreters are, I don't know why they're so hard to find, except I think to be a certified interpreter, the qualifications are quite high. But the fact that we don't have anybody that we can rely on out of Jefferson County is astounding. So if somebody has some thoughts, how someone might be interested in being certified as an interpreter in Spanish and English, let us know, because we'll support all of that wholeheartedly. And we're having to go to Houston to hire them, and that costs the taxpayers far more than it would if we were able to get someone here in Jefferson. So,
I don't know who the domestic court uses, but I was watching one day on Zoom when they were doing all that, and they said the person spoke the different language, and they said, "Okay, well, we set this for tomorrow. We'll get an interpreter here," and it was like it was no thing. So I don't know why I don't know who they use or how they were able to do it so quickly. But we might be working into that.
well, if they agree, there's somebody within the group involving the defendant and victim, and they go, well, this person speaks fluent Spanish and we all agree on that, then that's the way that works. But has to have those set of circumstances fall just into play just right. But we have such a large percentage of Spanish speakers in this county, and why someone hasn't taken an opportunity to really make a handsome living doing this, because it's expensive. It costs to get them, but we have to have them more often now. All right. Anyway, see if somebody can bait the lines and see if we can catch a fish. Mr. Wiggins?
Sir.
23 CR 1479 is called. You are here with your attorney, Mr. Dusner, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and arraignment here? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, this indictment alleges that on or about August 26, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the 3rd-degree felony of obstruction or retaliation. Do you understand what you are charged with in this case?
Yes, sir.
I don't have any plea papers before me. Maybe it's a date that's different. When did you prepare these?
Oh, hold on, Judge, I just need to sign.
You said yeah. We did it on January. Well, you signed it.
You just did it today. Yep.
It's fine, I just need it.
It's a 3rd-degree felony, correct? Which means you face no less than 2 nor more than 10 years confinement in prison, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. You understand that, sir? An agreement's been reached in your case where you would be pleading guilty and sentenced to 10 years in prison. That would be suspended. You would be placed on regular probation for 10 years. No fine?
No fine.
No restitution?
No, sir.
Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And again, you plead guilty
Yes, sir.
voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and because you are guilty. Yeah, speak out.
So, yes, sir.
All right. I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 there. Did you sign that document? Did you understand it? Discuss it with your attorney, or the contents are true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into Alvin.
No objection.
Without objection, it's voted. Among other things, this states that you were mentally competent to enter your guilty plea, which is freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. An indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the right to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All true, so help you God. State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report, Wayne?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to follow this agreement. Anything else to add? No. If not, I'm going to find you are pleading guilty today, sir, voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understand the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence from State's Exhibit 1 here, admitted, to support your guilty plea, to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this offense of obstruction or retaliation. And I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 10 years. That confinement is suspended. You were placed on regular probation for 10 years. There is no fine here, but there will be terms and conditions of probation which are normal and customary. Make sure you follow them. If you fail, your probation can be revoked. You can be sentenced up to 10 years in prison. You understand the situation you are facing here, sir? How long have you been in jail?
128 days.
How much time is it showing on there, please? I'm reading the probable cause affidavit, which is disturbing to say the least. As a condition of probation, I can sentence you up to 180 days in the county jail. This is very disturbing. I want to know we'll figure out how much time he's actually served.
I'm doing something.
One catastrophe at a time, please. Thank you. Does it look like Rife is joined an Indian tribe?
Sure.
All right.
You look like you have a mohawk.
No, it's like.
It's a mohawk. I've seen the mohawk tribe. It just needs to grow out a little.
I'm trying to call for indigenous status, Your Honor.
Judge, he's been in custody for 129 days.
You're going as a condition of, you're going to, as a condition of probation, serve 51 days. Further, which would end up being 180 days total. I hope you understand how serious this is. It has its consequences, and the courts treat this very seriously. If you're going to be placed on probation, the one way we can show is we can exhaust the amount of time that you can be assessed in confinement. But this is, and the victim in this case is your mother. Hmm. Have you ever heard of honor thy father and thy my mother? It's a commandment. You don't think much about the commandments, do you?
I mean, I've been molested by my mother, so.
So quite naturally, you want to, you think that's right or, you think that's right or wrong?
I did was same on both.
Do you think that's right or wrong?
You being molested.
What she allegedly did, what you're saying she did. If that was true, that would be wrong, right?
To molest me again?
Yeah. Wouldn't you think that would be wrong?
Yeah, that's why I got mad.
And Your Honor, the complainant was actually the police officer in this case, where he threatened the officers after he was placed in the hospital.
No, but I mean, why were they called?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, whose home is that?
Mine. She committed fraud and put it on.
Wait. Why was she there?
I don't know.
You don't have a clue why your mother was there. Okay. All right. Anything else? That is all.
Pretty neat, huh?